Well, today we're in my daughter's room, so don't ask me why. There's a guitar with Vince Carter's jersey on it. I don't know what she was thinking. One day she just said, hey, I want a guitar. So we bought her a guitar. Then she asked us for a basketball jersey. So she got a basketball jersey because at school, they all have basketball jerseys. So she needed her own basketball jersey. Okay, she chose Vince Carter. That's great. But why put Vince Carter's jersey on the guitar? We don't really have an explanation. It's just adolescence. We let her be. As long as she gets good grades and respects the teachers, everything is fine in the best of all worlds. So today I'm working in her room. I have to open the plaster board. So I took the little magic magnet. We put it on. See, it detects the studs here. Well, it doesn't stick. There's no stud. And here I have a stud, so I'll be able to check where I can open. And ideally, I need to be 50 cm from the wall. Sorry, Vince Carter. At 50 cm, so from this exterior wall, so outside the wall, so that I can then drill from here to there. But for the facade, of course, I'll drill from the facade, because if I drill from here, I'll break everything. So I'll drill from the facade. And from here, of course, I'll open it cleanly, recover the plasterboard, and then I can put it back. All this just to run multi-layer pipe. There, the bar's long enough, so we'll set it like this. It's 20 millimeter diameter. It's the Geberit Flow Fit. I've already shown it to you. You'll see, if you haven't seen it yet, how it's certified. A 20 mm diameter is more than enough for an outdoor faucet. Even 16 mm would work, but more flow is always better for a small faucet. That's why I want to put this faucet here, because I'm tired of it every time. Of unrolling and connecting garden hoses together to get the right length and be able to do my work on this side, because soon there will be some changes outside. I always stock up on pallets every time I get deliveries. Carriers take a long time to pick up the returnables, so I have to store them. The gravel areas make it impossible to use the pallet jack. It's a nightmare. I'm building up a little stock of wood because I have a project. You'll see it soon. So basically, I need to make myself a carport with foundations and so on. So I need an outdoor faucet for the work, and also for the workshop that you'll discover soon. Because I'm bringing this project back up, the workshop that I should have done a long time ago. So water for concrete, foundations, etc. It's also useful for watering and cleaning the side facade. So multi-layer pipe. Why am I opening the lining? Well, quite simply because at first I thought, well, I'll go through the crawl space, but the crawl space, I need to unroll 35 meters of coil in the crawl space to run it the full length of the house and so on. I thought this will be a nightmare, and unrolling high-density polyethylene would be just as annoying. Anyway, I thought the simplest thing is to just open it up and go through the accounts. With my water supply only 1039 feet away, I considered the shortest route. And at least upstairs, I put in a valve and I can shut it off. We don't have it when all the work is finished upstairs. It'll be on the account side since we're under the sloped ceiling here. I won't use anything below 1.80 meters. So this valve will be isolated. I can open or close the faucet and all the water will flow out of the faucet. We won't be able to use it when we're away, for example, or if there's a freeze. Do you understand? Okay, we can drain it. I'm putting the bar back because it's definitely gonna fall, right? Why? There we go, that's perfect. So we're going to tackle this. Let's open it up. You'll see, we'll remove the fiberglass and drill. We take all of this up to the attic. We connect it to the water supply that's in the attic and we install the faucet. Then we'll have to close everything up. I take the leftover drywall, cut it, put it back, add joint compound and paint. I'll take care of that later and she can get her room back. I need to do this today as quickly as possible. The joint compound, well, yes, I should apply several coats, at least one coat to make it look neat, and then we'll see about the paint. So she'll get her guitar and Vince Carter jersey back. So the thickness of the wall is 38 cm, so that's the masonry plus the insulation. And let's say I'm gonna drill at 50 from the corner of the wall, so from the outside corner, I'm gonna drill at 50. On an opening here, I'm going to do 20 cm, that's more than enough, so I've marked everything. We'll be able to cut everything out and I can work easily. And then put furring strips back on each side, so behind the drywall to screw back the part we're going to remove, okay? We'll cut this out, then I'll go through, use the insulation knife while vacuuming to cut as much fiberglass as possible and minimize dust. Well, it doesn't take much to make me happy. A faucet on a wall and I'm king of the world. It saves me from having to go to the other faucet. Connecting garden hoses is frustrating. They keep coming apart at the Gardena type connector when pulled. Going to the other faucet is even worse. I need 4 lengths of garden hose. Now I can lay the carport foundation and pour concrete in the driveway center for the topol. It's complicated with the gravel, so my daughter can have her room back now that I've put the beach board there. Apply 1 coat of plaster with tape, let it dry, then add a 2nd and 3rd coat before sanding and painting. I realized she put up many posters back then, leaving holes everywhere. I'll plaster and repaint everything. But well, I don't blame her. You know how it is. We've all been there. We've all been teenagers. I also had posters in my room, but they were even worse. Life-size basketball posters. I remember my mom came in once and said, "What's this?" The walls were covered. I had taped the posters directly onto the wallpaper, so when you took off the tape, of course, the wallpaper came off with it and the posters went from floor to ceiling. Yes, life size for NBA players. Newspapers used to make posters about 2.5 meters tall back then. So she put posters everywhere for me, then she took them down because now I wasn't a baby anymore, I was a teenager. She didn't want to see my baby posters anymore. There are thumbtack holes everywhere, so I'll replaster, sand, and paint everything, including the ceiling and floor, because I realize it's starting to age badly. There are some planks coming loose in certain places, and we have to kick them to break them back into place. One of these Sundays, I'll get up and decide to wipe the slate clean, take everything out, and redo it all. Honestly, I struggled with the multi-layer pipe since, as you saw, I connected it above the garden and brought it in at once. We had 3 meters of Gebery multi-layer pipe from Flowfit. I planned to bend it and run it into the attic, but I was alone. Ideally, you need 2 people, 1 here and 1 in the attic. I bend it and the person upstairs grabs and bends it too. Since I was alone, I had to go up into the attic to move forward. I had to bend it, go back down, bend it again, go up, pull and bend it once more. See what I mean? It always hit the framework or membrane, so I got fed up. I used pliers to bend it at 90 degrees from above and it worked perfectly. It's Gebery Flowfit, guaranteed anti-fluid. I know exactly where it is and have the codes, so if I need to work on it, I know where to cut. And of course, you can put in a hatch, but a hatch in a bedroom doesn't look very nice. If it's in a closet, yes, you can put a hatch there, but this isn't in a closet. I prefer to close everything up. I know it's Certi-Stage, it's extremely reliable. You shouldn't be afraid of Certi-Stage. A lot of people tell me, oh, Certi-Stage, it's extremely reliable. Since I've been using Certi-Stage, I've never had a leak. Not a single client has called me to say they have a leak. And here I'm talking to you about Geberit. I'm not talking about a sliding pair fitting. You see what I mean? So above, I installed this valve. It's a Geberit Flowfit valve that is certified directly onto the pipe. And for those who are wondering, you can remove the ball, the handle. There's a cover here, it's green, but it could be blue or red, depending on the supply. Since it's a cold water supply, I should use a blue cover. I unscrew and remove the handle to access the square, then unscrew the square to reach the ball. So this valve can be disassembled via the handle for ball access. Next, I unrolled my 20mm multi-layer pipe. I used the same 26mm flat pipe you saw earlier to supply the thermodynamic water heater. And I also installed a valve. I needed to connect the flat pipe to the Flowfit, so I put in a valve with Flowfit fittings and the flat pipe fitting, so it's crimped, but I think that's something you can find. I'm more likely to shut it off over there than here, or the other way around. So in any case, I have a valve on both sides. I'm not sure yet where I'll make access to reach the entire attic. If it's there, well, I'll shut it off right above. And if I do it on the other side, well, I'll shut it off on the other side. But in any case, as you understood, I can close off one side or the other and even insulate. That's it for this video. We're done. I have my garden faucet and I'm happy. Don't hesitate if you have any questions about the Gibro Flowfit, the insulation, the drywall, the screws I used, or the plaster. I don't know. If you have questions, don't hesitate. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see each other again soon, maybe here. There are still many projects and surprises, especially outside. I wish you all the best. Take care of yourself and see you very soon.